Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Journiverse channel. Today, we have an AMA, but it's a special AMA. This is about the Unity engine. So hopefully we'll learn some new things about what's coming in HighRise 4.0 with the 3D environments. So let's see what the post says. Our HighRise 4.0 engine will give you a deeper building tool for enhancing creative control. 3D environments, new features for richer social experiences, and so much more. In this week's AMA, our CEO, DeJakeness, is joined by, not sure, to discuss the upcoming 4.0 engine built in Unity. Want to know what's in store? Ask us questions in the link below. So we're here, we're going to cover it, we're going to record it, so in that way you can watch it if you aren't able to make it at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we are here. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, the other thing I want to show you, I got my Creature Club sweatshirt on. Yep, I'm that guy. Looks like it's just getting started, so here we go.
Hello, everyone. How are you? How is it going?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. By the way, I've had microphone issues in the past. Is it okay now?
It sounds good to me.
Excellent. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our AMA. It's been a while since I've been on stage. I know Renee has been killing it on the AMA stage in the past, over the last couple of months, but today we're going to have a little bit more of a slightly technical discussion, a little bit more about the roadmap and what we're building. And actually, on our dev team who's going to join us woke up this morning sick with a fever. So instead, Jimmy is joining us. Jimmy is co-founder of Pocket Worlds with me and the CTO, and kind of manages all things tech. So he's going to be really well equipped to answer a lot of the questions that you guys had, where we're going to be discussing the new game engine that we're going to be launching that's powered by Unity. And I think, just as an update, we've been talking about this a little bit. We are, I would say, evolving HighRise with a ton of new features by implementing a new game engine that's built in Unity. And the first version of that will actually be live on web. So you'll be able to access HighRise through a website, highrise.game. It's not live yet, but it should be in beta towards the end of the month, and as well as desktop. That's both Mac and PC. I don't know if that will be live end of the month. Jimmy, maybe you can let us know.
Yeah, we're going to start with web only, and then move to desktop probably a few weeks after. But the very first thing will be web only.
Be the first version of your accounts. It's going to have. Sure, it's all going.
Your microphone's cutting in and out a little bit now, Anton.
Why is better, Jimmy? Am I?
Yes, a little bit. I can take over while you figure out the microphone issue.
Here, let me disconnect this and let me see if the speaker works better.
So we'll have a version of Unity for desktop by the end of the month. That's pretty exciting.
Does this work better, Jimmy?
It sounds better.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay. Let me stick to this and tell me if I start disconnecting.
Yep.
But yeah, what I was going to say is that the web version that's built in Unity is going to have the same clothing, the same accounts, the same furniture, the same experiences, all of that kind of stuff. But it's going to be using the new game engine, which unlocks a lot of possibilities for us. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And that's what a lot of the questions are going to be focused on. So I think without further ado, we can start jumping into the questions. Let me just pull them up. I had them open, but it's closed. Maybe, Jimmy, if you have the first question up.
Yeah, the first question I think is a pretty broad one, which is what is Unity? and why is this interesting? So for those of us who have been around for a while in HighRise, you'll know that we've gone through a number of engine changes. Right now, the app that you guys are all playing with is actually the 3.0 version of our engine. So this is a third iteration. Unity is going to represent the fourth iteration. So that's the next big upgrade. And over the last, HighRise has been around since 2015. So over the last 8 years, we've had those three upgrades. This is the fourth one. So it's a major, major milestone for us. Unity is a game engine. So what a game engine is, it's basically, think of it as the infrastructure that you build a world or build a game on top of. So it's the tool set that is built by a company called Unity that we use to craft the experience that you see in the form of HighRise. Unity is probably at this point the biggest game engine, the most popular game engine that's out there. A lot of the things that you see in the App Store are built on top of Unity, and a lot of the things that you also see on PlayStation, on Xbox, Nintendo Switch are built on top of Unity as well. So it is a kind of a cross-platform engine that allows you to build games on all the different platforms that you'll see, including all the consoles, the mobile platforms, as well as web and desktop. Which kind of is a interesting segue, I think, into question number two is why are we using Unity? And then the kind of the short and sweet answer to that is it enables us to one scale to all the different platforms. We're launching desktop in a few weeks and web, and two, it really allows us to unlock a lot of additional features that is just simply not possible with the current engine that we're using. And we'll talk a little bit about that in the questions, I think, to come. Back to you, Anton.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Jimmy. And just why are we specifically switching to Unity? Maybe some kind of like additional insight into that is one, it enables us to develop much, much faster. Our development team can build in Unity and then deploy it to all of the platforms at once. Right now, we have multiple teams for the different platforms. So, like iOS and Android have two different teams. Those teams are going to be consolidated. So, and it allows us to just build much, much faster. And as we've been building in Unity, we've really seen the speed increases. And so that means that feature velocity and kind of new features going into HighRise, that'll happen much faster. And then also there's a lot more we can do with the game engine. So like the actual virtual world, besides the UI, all the stuff that happens in the rooms and the environments, those can be way richer. What we can do in Unity is way richer. So once we're kind of what's called app parity, meaning it's exactly the same as what we have right now, we'll be able to build out what's in the rooms and the environments in a much richer and much faster way. Okay, so moving on to the next question, Jimmy, will this remove the 2D aspect of HighRise?
No. So what you see and love about HighRise today is going to stay exactly the same. And I think in the past we've teased that Unity unlocks 3D, and that is true. But 3D, I want you to think about 3D as an addition to what you have now. We haven't finalized exactly how 3D is going to be introduced. Some ideas have included maybe some rooms that you go into will suddenly be a 3D room, or the background will be 3D, but the avatars will still be 2D in the kind of the animated style that we have now. But the 2D look of HighRise, I think, is very unique. It's very stylistic, and it sets us apart from a lot of different experiences out there. And that's something that we definitely want to keep.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that'll maybe assuage some people's fears about the style that they love disappearing. There's no plans for that. Okay, next question. Will any rooms or items be removed in the implementation of Unity?
Short answer is no. No, we're aiming to, like Anton said, we're aiming to achieve full parity, which means that the Unity client, when it gets ready to be released, so obviously when it gets in the beta, there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of features missing. But over the next few months, our aim is to get to parity and have everything ready before it actually ships to the App Store and becomes the production app.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. One popular question was, will this allow for more animated items?
Yeah, absolutely. It really unlocks animations. It makes it, I think that some of the things that we're working on in house right now makes the world feel a lot more real and kind of lived in. One really fun mirrors. So right now, you know, a mirror object inside of the high-rise world, you walk up to it, you don't see a reflection, and that's because our engine doesn't allow us to do that. But with Unity, we can actually have real mirrors, real windows where you can walk up to and see a reflection of yourself moving the same way that you would. Those kind of effects, there's a lot of them, and we're pretty excited about it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's super exciting. Um, the next question some folks have asked is, what platforms will people be able to play HighRise on?
Right now, the immediate platform that we're going to unlock is web. So this is playing HighRise in a web browser on a computer. Uh, then after that, we're going to release native clients that are desktop clients. What that means is you can actually download on Mac and Windows and play from your desktop, so not through a browser. The difference will be the native clients, the performance is going to be snappier. You're not having to load a web page. Um, but obviously, the benefit of the website, the web page implementation is that it's very accessible. So anyone at any point can just share a URL and your friend can just open up HighRise right there on the computer. And then, of course, we still have iPhone and Android. And down the line with Unity, we can also explore the consoles, but that's going to be a different beast, and we haven't started tackling that yet.
Got it. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. And I guess one thing maybe to mention is that on web and on desktop, it's going to be a landscape view. So you're going to be able to see a lot more of the world, and all of the UI and stuff is going to be kind of native to that. Um, so that'll be, I think, a differentiated experience, but it's still going to have all like the voice chat and like it's going to be have the same exact features as the mobile app.
That's going to be so nice.
Next question.
No more of this.
What features will be released in the beta version that's coming out soon?
So the beta version it's not going to be a single version. It's going to be we're going to open it I think in a couple of weeks, but then we're continuously going to add to it in a series of different releases. To start, beta is going to include the room. So basically, what you see here with the avatars, the furniture, and the world that you're interacting with. It's going to include the messenger, but it's not feature complete, so you can't trade yet. And then it's also going to include things like account management, registration, the room directory, and the closet. So you can basically have, I would say, at this point, 50% of the HighRise experience. But over the next weeks and months, our goal, of course, is to get to 100%.
Got it. That makes sense. By the way, just a quick note. Some people are writing in about Spookify. That's not what this AMA is about. So if you have questions about that, feel free to contact support, or some of the community managers. But this whole AMA is about Unity. Okay, next one. So when do we expect the first beta to be released?
Right now, we're targeting next week, so September 21st. That can change. We're not really making any public announcement about this, but that is the target.
Got it. Awesome. That's pretty exciting. So look out for September 21st. And what features will be released in the few months after the beta?
I think the next release after this one will include the shop, and then we're going to start working on the events. So this first version is not going to support the different events. So you'll see them happening in the world, but you can't really interact or participate. But the following releases will allow you to do that.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. And just for the people who are kind of getting in here, when we're talking about the Unity beta, it's coming out on web first, so it's going to be a web client first. Mobile won't move over for quite a while. Actually, that's the next question. The next question is, when will the mobile app switch to Unity?
That one is going to be further down the line. So our goal is to get to a beta version for the mobile apps towards the end of the year. And the reason for that is because we want to first try everything on web, because web is a brand new platform for us. And we're able to kind of move a little bit more quickly there. And then towards the end of the year, I think we'll get to a point where maybe we're 85, 90% of the way ready. At that point, we'll launch a beta for the mobile version. And then probably next February, we'll be able to be at 100% and then go live on mobile.
Got it. That makes a ton of sense. Some people are asking, will this, fix any bugs and glitches that are currently in the app?
Yes. So this is the complete rewrite. Our goal is to we're rebuilding everything from scratch. So fingers crossed that it's going to address a lot of the current issues. I will say that during the beta period, please be gentle with us because we're expecting some new issues. And that's the whole reason that we're having this beta period is for people to come in, help us test, and in return, help us deliver a much better experience when it's ready to ship out to production.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's pretty exciting. There have been maybe some bugs and glitches that have been around for a while. Because this is a total rewrite, those should be fixed because the rewrite will address them all kind of in one fell swoop. But, to Jimmy's point, in the beta, we're going to have lots of bugs, lots of issues that we're going to want you to surface as you play around with it. And one thing to note is join the beta Discord. I think there might be a HighRise account called HR Beta. I'm not sure, but at worst case, you can join the official HighRise Discord, and then we'll share with you how to enter the beta Discord, and that's the place where you can kind of give us feedback after we launch that beta web version, and you can kind of start playing around with it. Okay, next question is, what are the long-term plans for development? So say the Unity app is launched, what are the next steps after
that? So I think what is really interesting for Unity is it unlocks a lot of tools and levers for us to play with. So at launch, Unity is not going to look terribly different than the experience that you see right now. But our goal is after launch, because we'll have those tools and levers in place, we'll be able to start introducing things like different effects, more lively worlds, 3D environments in terms of backgrounds, more interesting things with the avatar. For example, with the current engine, when you run an emote, you're running an emote on an individual, so you can't really have two people high-fiving each other, for example. But with Unity, you will be able to, the way that we're designing it. So all these things are kind of on the roadmap, and we're pretty excited to be able to get to work on them when the client goes out.
Awesome. Yeah, that's super exciting. And maybe this segues into our plans for HighRise Studio. And Studio is basically the development environment that we want to expose to all of you guys, the users, to be able to build clothing, to be able to build furniture, and to be able to build experiences that are richer than what you can build right now using the design mode in the app. So maybe can you share a little bit about any plans for HighRise Studio and what that might look like and what that might be?
Yeah, so HighRise Studio is obviously this is a little bit further down the line, so the core idea could change a little bit as we develop it further, but fundamentally it's going to exist as two main functions. One is the world builder, it's a tool that you'll be able to use to create environments and experiences. We're taking a lot of inspiration from Roblox in that regard. So think tools that you can script, that you can kind of upload your own assets and make really interesting things, experiences. And the other component of HighRise Studio is the item creator. So if you ever wanted to create your own shirts, your own clothing, facial features, furniture items, pets, item creator will be able to allow you to do that. Our goal long term is to develop these tools to a point where everything that you see in HighRise will be created, designed, and created by a member of the community. And then we kind of take a step into the background, and just our job then at that point will just be able to spotlight individual creators and allow them to shine. But I think ultimately the folks in our community are extremely creative, and I would love to be able to create the tools so that they can realize their visions.
Totally. And I think also, by the way, a component of that too is ensuring that the creators earn an income through creating. So when you create clothing or you create furniture, you create experiences, there will be ways for other users to be able to compensate and pay you. And that's kind of an area that we've been focusing on and working on behind the scenes. But of course, haven't released, but we'll also be releasing over the next few months. Um, it's a much deeper conversation, but that's related to all of the blockchain stuff that we've been working on. And maybe if there's any more detail, what kind of content will people be able to create for HighRise?
Yeah, everything. So environments, those are in the form of rooms. You can kind of already do that now. Experiences. So this is now interactive rooms. Imagine you can start creating triggers where a door will lead to a key that will unlock something else, but much more advanced than that. Roblox does this really well. That's an inspiration for us. Furniture, clothing, emotes potentially, but certainly pets. So things that we do most of in-house right now. With a small amount, the brands program is sourcing ideas and designs from the community. But I think this would really enable us to take that to the next level.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. I think I mentioned this, but the question is, will creators get paid for creating content for HighRise?
Yes.
Cool. And maybe I think we touched on this, but maybe we can emphasize it because some people had questions. Is what is the purpose of beta? Why are we releasing, a half-finished beta version in the first place?
Yeah. Well, the initial beta is one. There's a few different reasons. One, we don't have a presence on web right now. If you want to play with HighRise, you have to have a mobile device and a HighRise app. So we're really going from 0 to 1. So the beta allows us to get to web as fast as possible, even though it's at least 50%. So people that don't have access can still play with something. So that's the first reason. And the second reason is we really care about the quality of the app that we push to the App Store. So beta allows us basically a period where we can get a bunch of eyes, you guys, to come in and pick things apart, break things, figure out what's working, what's not working, and give us that feedback in a very tight loop so we can go in and fix it before it actually hits everybody. So it's kind of a sandbox in a way for everybody here to be able to go in, play with it, give feedback, break things, and then we'll go in and fix things.
Got it. Yeah. And yeah, we really appreciate everyone who contributes to the beta, participates in the beta. Thank you so much because it really helps us to solve any issues, solve any bugs, solve any problems, make sure we release a high quality product. I guess related to that, how can players help after we release and try to get that feedback? Like, what's the best way for them to do it?
So I think we'll figure out the right communication channel. It'll probably be in the form of a Discord or a channel in the HighRise Discord. That'll be for beta users only. And then we haven't made any announcements on how to get your hands on the beta yet, but it'll probably be some kind of invite system. So you have a code and you can use that code to create a user on the beta service. Yeah, keep an eye out on that. It'll come in the next few days to next week.
Got it. Awesome. Let me see if there's any other questions that were kind of posted to the type form. I think this is pretty much it. Yeah. There's been a couple folks asking about glitches and bugs in HighRise and maybe it glitching now. I think one of the exciting things about Unity and the Unity beta is it's literally a clean slate. So it's going to kind of resolve pretty much all of the issues that people are experiencing right now because it's a new engine. And because it's a full rewrite, taking everything we've learned over the last 6 years, because I think it's been about that long, and the ability to kind of rewrite everything with all of the knowledge that we've kind of developed over the last 6 years, without all of the debt, and without all of the technical complexity that we've added over the last 6 years. So I think that's going to be pretty exciting. Anything else you want to share about Unity and about kind of the future for HighRise in the kind of medium to long term?
Yeah, I think the thing that I want to also add is uh, the what excites me about a rewrite is it, like Anton said, it gives us a clean slate to basically build everything as a cohesive piece and think about building everything as one singular thing. If you look at HighRise today, it's basically the product of 5, 6 years of evolution, right? As we continuously add new features, things go in and things get taken out. But this is an opportunity for us to look at everything and take a step back and think about how do these things fit together. What is the best way for us to organize it in terms of users experience? What is the best way for us to present it in terms of design? But it's an opportunity that otherwise, I think, as we incrementally add features, we don't really have the room to do that. And this is a way for us to do just that.
Awesome. Super exciting. One thing that also we'll do sometime today is we'll post some screenshots of the beta in the HighRise Discord. So if you haven't joined the HighRise Discord, now might be an interesting time to do it. We're just going to post some screenshots just to show what we're working on, where it's going to be, a little bit of a teaser. So you'll kind of be able to see the landscape mode and what that's starting to look like. Everything is subject to change, of course, because we're developing it in real time and developing it pretty quickly. But we'll share some of that stuff there. Well, I think that's it. That's kind of what we have. We're going to keep you very much updated, especially as we start rolling out the beta. We're going to keep in close contact. We're going to collect your feedback. If there are also improvements that you're excited about us making on the feature side or the development side, please share those too, because this is a great opportunity to implement some of those improvements. We can't guarantee that we're going to implement all of them just because we have limited time, and some of them are very hard to do, but it's a great occasion to collect a lot of that feedback. Cool. Well, thank you all for coming. We're going to get back to working and building and developing this stuff. And we will talk to you soon.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, there we go. I think that's about it. So yeah, when they're talking about Unity, there's so many games built on Unity right now. Among Us, Fall Guys, some of the Pokemon games were built on Unity. And Raft, another good game. So this is going to open up a lot of options for them for development and hopefully for our land too, right? So maybe we'll have some coding options where we can add new things in our land, and I think it beneficial, very beneficial. So just to reiterate, right? So we have that. Looks like the web browser version might be coming out the end of the week, which is kind of exciting. And they'll be adding all kinds of new stuff. So pretty exciting for the world of HighRise. HighRise 4.0. It's coming out sooner than I thought it was. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope if you didn't get a chance to go into the AMA, hope you got to watch it here. But I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and be sure to follow me on HighRise too. True Universe. I got my new fit on here, so give me a follow. All right. Have a good one. Bye.